This cannibal sandwich is raw meat, but it's not human.
What?
And it's still being eaten today in America. No, it's not some ancient Viking ritual. It's raw ground beef on rye bread with onions, and people are still eating it today. It's called the Cannibal Sandwich, and no, cannibal sandwiches don't involve actual human flesh, and they're still eaten proudly in parts of America today. This isn't a forgotten dish from some obscure cookbook. Some call it tiger meat. Others say it's a death wish. It's a holiday tradition, backed by generations. And the CDC, they're begging people to stop. So why do some families keep eating what doctors literally call a health hazard on toast? So, where did it come from? Why are people still eating it? And is it really as dangerous as it sounds? Let's sink our teeth into it.
Do you mean cannibalism?
The name Cannibal Sandwich isn't just for shock value, it's painfully literal. We're talking straight up uncooked ground beef, bright red, slathered raw onto a slice of rye bread. No heat, no seasoning blend, just meat. Then comes a pile of sharp raw onions, a shake of salt and pepper, and sometimes, just to really up the bacterial ante, a raw egg yolk right on top. Think steak tartare's American cousin.
Howdy, cousin!
But if steak tartare went to a basement party in Milwaukee and forgot its manners, and no, this isn't some edgy Brooklyn brunch menu or viral food dare. This is tradition. In parts of Wisconsin, families actually gather during the holidays and proudly serve this meat-smeared snack as if it were a gourmet roast. It's been passed down for generations. Like Grandma's secret cookie recipe. If Grandma's cookies could potentially send you to the ER, you'd think a raw meat sandwich would have died out with rotary phones and asbestos insulation. But nope, in parts of the Midwest, it's still a holiday staple. The roots go deep. Cannibal sandwiches, or tiger meat, as locals sometimes call it, trace back to the 19th and early 20th centuries. Brought over by German immigrants who were already eating raw meat dishes like Met. And despite what the name tiger meat suggests, no, you're not eating endangered jungle cats either. What you're actually biting into is raw ground beef. That's it. But here's where it gets wild. People treat it like a delicacy. In some Wisconsin homes, it's the centerpiece of a Christmas spread. In others, it's the thing Uncle Bob brings to the Packers tailgate like it's totally normal. And they don't just call it Cannibal Sandwich. There's tiger meat, wildcat, even steak tartare Wisconsin style. Sounds fancy? It's not. It's butcher shop beef scooped onto bread, raw, with zero cooking in sight. Why? In farming communities, people butchered their own animals and trusted the freshness. Raw beef was just another way to enjoy it. It was rustic, resourceful, and weirdly considered fancy. And to this day, there are delis in Wisconsin that grind fresh beef just for this dish, usually around the holidays. Stores literally hang signs saying tiger meat available next to the mistletoe. Festive. Let's be honest, raw ground beef sounds like a dare. Yet for thousands of Midwesterners, it's a tradition, a holiday dish. And not just for shock value, people actually crave it. Why? Because once upon a time, eating raw meat wasn't weird. In the early 1900s, before pasteurization, processed foods, or microwave dinners, raw food symbolized purity and vitality. Some doctors even recommended raw meat as a source of unspoiled energy. Enter the German immigrants. When they settled in Wisconsin and the upper Midwest, they brought recipes like Met, finely minced raw pork with onions and spices eaten on bread. But in America, pork was risky, so they swapped in beef, and boom. Cannibal sandwiches were born, passed down like Grandma's casserole recipe. Except, this one could give you E. coli. Still, it's stuck. Why? Because it felt authentic, rugged, old world. Real food in a sea of frozen dinners and fast food. It was gritty, tribal, a taste of home with a bite. It's how we grew up, one Wisconsin local told the news. You haven't had Christmas until someone brings out the raw beef. Okay, now for the plot twist. Every single year, the Wisconsin Department of Health puts out a warning. Please don't eat raw ground beef during the holidays. It's not just them. Even the CDC and USDA have stepped in. Because guess what? Cannibal sandwiches have been directly linked to E. coli outbreaks, salmonella, and other deliciously dangerous foodborne illnesses. In 2013, dozens of people got violently ill. The cause? Yep, holiday tiger meat platters. And here's the kicker. Some people still don't care. They double down. It's tradition. I've eaten it for 30 years and I'm fine. The government just doesn't get it. It's like a culinary rebellion. You're not just eating raw beef, you're defying authority. You're telling Uncle Sam to keep his well-done steaks and let you enjoy your uncooked freedom. But let's be clear, modern ground beef isn't the same as your great-grandpa's butcher cut. Back then, you knew the cow. Today, that meat's been processed, packaged, and shipped across the country. So yeah, there's a reason health officials panic every December. It's risky, it's rebellious, it's barely legal, and somehow, that only makes it more popular. So here's the million-dollar question. Would you eat a cannibal sandwich? It's raw, it's risky, and it literally goes against everything the FDA warns you about. But it's also a deep-rooted cultural ritual, a culinary time capsule, and somehow still surviving in 2025 America. In an age of lab-grown meat and plant-based everything, there's something insanely primal about a food that says, no heat, no rules, just beef. For some, it's holiday comfort. For others, a stomach-churning nightmare. But love it or fear it, cannibal sandwiches are more than just food. They're a living contradiction. Old school but rebellious. Traditional but taboo. Celebrated locally, but banned in some countries. And maybe that's the secret to their strange survival. Because every December, in the snow-covered kitchens of the Midwest, someone unwraps a pound of ground beef, slices a raw onion, and spreads it over rye bread like it's the most normal thing in the world. No grill, no shame, just one bite of culinary chaos. And somewhere, a health inspector cries.